So I'm ready to actually show my demo how you can combine the all three different sort of format and putting in inside the pool clays types of artwork in. Okay, all right. So let's say you actually finish the continuous outline, and then now you need to actually put all those either under the direction or pathway and thickness, and then putting inside. So we're gonna make it very nice doodling. Okay. So doodling is just, once again, it's a very creative and fun way to show all the continuous and line drawings. So it could be, you have to actually show it as some sort of, pattern. So, first, maybe I'm gonna work on the direction vertical line. So I wanna actually start from the, small area, all vertical line then, okay? Just like this. Okay, then you don't have to do this one. You can maybe move on to a diagonal. So diagonal. So I want to move on to the diagonal then. Okay. All right. Then you can maybe change the different types of thin marker, if you can, because right now I don't have any, but I just need to grab the pen. So I'm gonna actually work on the horizon line for the next one. So I'm gonna actually do horizon line, adding on in between. Okay. And then I'm gonna use the spiral next to it, or maybe I can use the just crisscross or something. So I'm gonna use the crisscross. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is how I actually follow the directions. Is I actually show you the guideline. So if you want to do the radial, you can do the next page then. So I'm gonna do the this side, okay, start using the pathway in order to create the pattern. So I want to actually create the wavy lines, because since I didn't use it before, so I'm going to use all wavy lines on here, all wavy lines. So you see how I'm actually making a patterns, because in order to actually making a pattern, you need to show all the continuous lines all together more than twice. Okay, so this is how you are going to show the pattern. Okay, and I want to actually just skip this dots. Okay, then maybe next one I'm gonna do the jagged line, which is this one. So I want to maybe work on jagged lines. Jagged line, jagged line, jagged line, jagged line, jagged line, jagged line. Okay, yes. So I made a few things in. Okay, so now I want to actually switch to the thin pens. Okay, then maybe a next one I'll probably do maybe a dotted. You see a dotted here, so I'm gonna maybe using on this dotted, the little bit dash lines. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go over all area then. Same thing, you are going to show the patterns as I'm actually doing in here then. Okay. Just like this. Okay, then you can actually go back and maybe the points, just a dot in between if you want to, or you can actually have separate space and working on only dots then if you want to. But I want to just add up a little bit more here. Just like this. Okay, all right, so this is how I did, and then now maybe I can go back and another maybe a wiggly lines. You see a wiggly lines in here, so I'm gonna do maybe a wiggly lines on here then. Wiggly lined, wiggly lines. So basically all the the confined, you know, space, you need to, you know, use all the, you know, same lines and over, so that, you know, you have to show the, you know, pattern then. Okay, all right. The next one, I wanna maybe try go back to maybe a direction for the, you know, maybe a spiral, because I don't think that we never actually use a spiral. So I'm gonna go back and maybe a spiral, but maybe down here then. So I wanna make the all, you know, continuous lines. Okay, another, you know, spiral lines inside. This is how I did. Okay, so you see the all the things inside confined space. Then we try to, you know, work on the all patterns, but keep the, you know, same action the lines together in. Okay, then I'm gonna maybe try the radial, which from the, you know, direction lines in here. So I'm gonna maybe put the, you know, radials on here. So basically, you know, this is what it's a crisscross, but then, you know, you may have to be a little more, a few more lines in. Just like that. I'm doing faster, okay, because, you know, I am running out of actually the limit of using this, you know, a video. But, you know, when you actually go back to work on your own, please, you know, have your mind that, you know, just spend some a little more, you know, time work on, okay, because it's the very, you know, fun way to do. Okay, all right. So the next one, you know, I'm gonna grab again just a thin, you know, pen, and then now, you know, because we haven't actually touched on this, you know, thickness, so I'm gonna actually work on the, you know, thickness of, you know, thick and thin or something. So I'm gonna go back and down here, try to maybe work on a thin, okay, then maybe go back and in a thick. Okay, so that's gonna be a very, you know, nice, you know, variation if you're going to, you know, combine a thick or thin. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. Okay, and thin and thick and thin and thick. Okay, then maybe another legs. Because this is what burden children, right? So I want to put maybe the other leg, okay, using the little bit, you know, darker lines. Okay, all right. So this is what, you know, you are going to, you know, create the doodling. Once you finish, you know, you can go back and maybe a color pencil in if you want to. Okay, it's all up to you. So next one, you know, I'm gonna do maybe a zigzag. This is a different from jagged line, okay, just so you know that. Okay, zigzag is just, you know, one direction. It's almost like, you know, same pattern, but jagged line is things that it's a very, you know, natural way, but still, you know, a bit little, you know, sharper points. Okay, so make sure these are different. Okay, it's a separate difference. So, you know, this is what, you know, you need to do. Okay. And then the next one, you know, I'm gonna go back and maybe in a snaking, you know, snaking in down here. So I'm gonna go back and snaking down here. You can combine, you know, thick or thin using different types and working on here too. Okay, then maybe at the next one, you know, bumpy road, you know, bumpy. Okay, then the next one, you know, I want to go back and maybe a straight line, because I never actually use, you know, straight lines so much with the, you know, thick lines, right? Because I did only a vertical line here, so I want to make the, you know, a straight line. I don't want to, you know, touch the eyes and nose. Okay, so this is what I did. Okay, All right, the next one, let's go back and maybe around the circle. So I want to make the all circles, but in the same row. Because the reason, because the doodling art, you have to show a pattern. Remember, pattern is repetitive, lines together in the same row. Okay. Yeah, and then the next one, back to maybe a diagonal. Okay, and then the next one, what should I do? Should we go back and maybe a curve line? Yeah, or what you can do a thick or thin. So let's do a thick and thin. Okay, I'm gonna do thick and thin. Okay, thick and thin, 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 thin. Okay. Wow. So that's almost it. And then the next one, if you want to do, I want to make it thick, thin, and thick. Right? Thin. You can do it thick. Okay, thin or thick, thin, thick, thin, back to the thin, and then maybe this one I'm gonna do only a dots in. Okay, all right. This one maybe I'm gonna do same thing like a wiggle line or dotted. You can actually combine it, like the pathway. You can actually combine a few things working on. So let's say I'm gonna do this. Take a look. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna do one more because you have to show a pattern. Remember pattern? You have to show the repetitive lines. Then I'm gonna actually go back and maybe another wavy line. Should we do a wavy line? It's all up to you. Well, I'm gonna do a crisscross then. So I'm gonna do a crisscross. Okay, then I'm gonna do a little bit more showing continuous pattern. Okay, all right, so done. This is my doodling. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, and then if you want, you can go back and color and